Hi, my name is Joyce Peak.
I'm Marianne Garamendi.
And I'm Julia Costello, and we are Le Tre Donne of the Italian olive oil of McKelvey Hill.
That's right.
And we're here today in the orchard, and we're picking, and we have a great crew. They've worked with us for many years, and I think it's our
family and friends.
Family and
friends, always.
I've got my 3 grandchildren here today, which is really fun. All 4 of my kids, and their spouses. And it's a wonderful way to spend the afternoon, the weekend of Thanksgiving. What a wonderful thing to be thankful for.
It is. And we're thankful it's not raining, because we can't pick in the rain.
Although we do want rain.
Wait, after this weekend. So here's the process. Okay, so I want to remember the first year that we came out to get olives, and we thought we had an orchard lined up, and it fell through at the last minute. And as I remember, the 3 of us were driving around knocking on doors.
We were called the Olive Busters.
That's right.
Not Ghostbusters, but Olive Busters. We drove around in your white van.
That's right.
Right? And we went to everybody's house and knocked on the door and asked if we could
harvest
their olives. That's right.
And we got enough for that first year, and then we zeroed in on this nice little orchard.
That first year, no, we didn't get enough. We only got a bag after a whole bunch of hitting. And so then we came here, and the gentleman here allowed us to hit that first year, wasn't it? Yeah.
And through the years, what we have done, we've bartered. So when we come into an orchard like this, we do a trade. We give them olive oil. We give all our pickers olive oil, so money is not passed through.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
That's fun. It's been a good time.
So what we're doing, we lay the tarps out all underneath the olive tree, because you want to catch the olives fresh from the tree. We don't want to pick up any olives that have been on the ground and might have gotten a fungus or some kind of bugs in them. So we lay the tarps out all around the tree, and we use bamboo poles, and we whack the tree. And this is the way they do it all over the Mediterranean. It's a time-tested method. And we have short poles and long poles, and this gets the olives on the ground.
Why don't you tell me?
Okay. Last year, for some reason, all over Northern California, it was a very bad year for olives. It was the worst in 100 years that the olive producers had said. So we didn't even get to pick last year at all. And this year looks like a very good year. A lot of the trees that weren't producing last year, they're all producing this year. So I think we're going to get quite a good crop. So, of course, we're often asked what kind of olives are coming off the trees. And when we're in McKelvey Hill, in the olden days, 1880s and 90s, the Italians basically planted 3 kinds of olives. You have the mission olive, and you have the peccolinos, which are the little pointy ones that make great olive oil. And then there's the eating olives, the great big manzanillos. But this orchard that we're standing in is one of the early Roccabella orchards planted in the 1920s and 30s, and by that time they had 30 or 40 different varieties of olives to plant. So as I look at this lovely olive tree, it's small like a piccolino, but it's not pointed, and I don't know what kind of olive tree it is, to be honest. With the noise of the whacking. The olive tree is an ancient Mediterranean fruit tree. More than a fruit, it's a staple for cultures all around the Mediterranean basin. The Italians and the Greeks and the Spanish and the Lebanese and the Egyptians and all of these folks have a staple crop of olives. Of course, you have the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem, and you have trees that are said to be thousands of years old, although that may be a slight exaggeration. But they are an ancient and venerable tree. They are very hardy when they're planted in that Mediterranean climate. They don't take any water once established, very little pruning. They keep them short enough to be able to reach the fruit, but otherwise you don't have a lot of complicated pruning inside. Their trunks have that famous gnarly look that you see from the ancient olive trees. And of course, then they were brought to the New World. The Spanish brought olive trees with them to South America, Central America, and then finally to North America, to California. They cured olives. The olive oil is the staple in the kitchen. Olive jars transported olives all over the Mediterranean. We have our hardy group of whackers here and pickers, and Fawn is a veteran. How many years have you been doing this?
I think about 3 years now, Julia.
Are you still having fun?
I am, but it's right after lunch, so we're re-energized.
We are re-energized.
Yeah, and we're doing a good job on this tree.
How does the crop look this year?
It looks very good. A very good crop. Can't wait to taste the oil.
And you have imported some help from us from San Francisco, haven't you?
Yes, actually we have right here June.
June, come and say hi.
She's our novice. This is her first year, probably not to be her last.
What?
So this is your first year. What do you think?
Oh, it's wonderful. I feel like I'm going back to my Italian roots.
What's the Italian heritage?
Sicilian, Calabrese, that's like, that's what we do in Italy, so it feels like I'm back to my roots. It's great.
Are your shoulders aching yet?
No, not yet. No. I took a leave and it's good exercise. Beats the gym.
That's great. And you'll go home with some olive oil too.
Oh, that'll be wonderful, yeah.
We saved some from the last picking, so everybody that goes home today will have some olive oil to take with them.
How wonderful. So you have vintages, huh?
We have vintages, yeah.
That's great, beautiful. It's a beautiful day too, my gosh.
So here they've finished whacking this tree, and you'll see the olives are all over the blue tarps, and now they're consolidating them. They pick up one tarp after another and roll the olives into a pile, and then once they get them all together in a nice consolidated pile, they'll start picking out these leaves and twigs and give it a preliminary clearing before it goes to the little slot, the contraption that Chris built this year. This is Marianne's grandchild, and she's training to be a grown-up olive whacker. When we dump them all together in the tarp, and Angela is a pro at this. You've been doing this for
I don't know. A few years.
half her life. So we pick out the big twigs and the bunches of leaves and the small branches and get it clean to go for the olive oil.
Right here is Chris Peak's olive sorter. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to get out as much of the small pieces of wood, as well as a lot of the leaves, so that when they go through the processing, we're not having dirty olives. Dirty olives is not good. So the cleaner better the oil. And one thing we have learned over the years is that oak trees near olives is not good, because it leaves a terrible taste in our olive oil. So we try very hard not to have any kind of oak tree near an olive tree when we are hitting the olives to get them out.
Hey, Jeff. Hold on, let's get it, because it makes too much noise. This is all trial and error. We've come up with the screen, we've had bamboo, the tarp, this system seems to work the best, and we're going to improve it every year. So.
And really, they have a blower at the facility, right?
At Shabika, they blow
Yeah.
them there.
We take them afterwards to Shabika, and they're the ones that are going to process it into the olive oil for us. This year, we're not going to go through are we going to do it unfiltered?
This year we're going to do it
We're going to do unfiltered this year, which we've heard is just as good, if not better, than filtered. So
So it's our labels made locally.
our labels are all made locally. Sloan DeLordo is our artist, our graphic artist who designed our label. And as soon as we can, we're going to give you a peek at what they look like.
Okay. Hi, I'm Joyce, and I'm the third lettre Donne. And behind me, what you will see are bins, and each of those bins hold 500 pounds of olives. And our hope today is to get 1.5 tons, which would be about 2.5 bins. The trees are really loaded with olives, so I think we're going to be pretty successful. 2 years ago, we harvested 2 tons of olives, which were 4 bins. We were very fortunate. We were really lucky this year that French Hill Winery and McCollum Hill said, please take our bins and use them. So that has been just wonderful. Each year we get a little bit better doing it, get a little more efficient. And who could ask for more? Having our family and friends here. This is the very best. We just love it.
So the last step in the process is that we have to get our olives to Shabika, who presses our oil down in Modesto, and they're the last big family-owned processor in California.
And they do a cold press. They do a cold press, right?
They do a cold press, and we have to get the olives to them within 48 hours of picking them. So we pick this weekend, we drive them down Monday morning, and then they do a cold press and bottle them, and then we get them back again. So here we are, and we're picking on this day, and Paul is with us. And I wanted to mention that one of the nice things about this for me, for all of us, is that these trees are gallantly producing their crop every year, and they fall to the ground unwanted and unnoticed. And I think that's what inspired us early on to say, let's make olive oil, what the trees are intending it to do, and that's just a wonderful part of doing this.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that our family and our friends are here makes it even more special. Truly, it's about the olives, but equally as important are the people out here working in the orchards.
Just want to add to that it is a labor of love. It's the old coming round to the new. Mm-hmm. And we hope to pass it on to our generations that come after us as a way for us to gather, to come together, and to love nature in its most beautiful form.
And enjoy our olive oil.
Amen.
Amen.
We're back here now with the at the sorter, and you'll notice we've added a blower, and that helps with the leaves and some of the small sticks. And we do it very slowly at the top so that they roll down nicely into the container at the bottom. And we have a clean olive in which to take down to be pressed.
What you just witnessed right there was the olive orchard dance, something that we feel strongly about that's very important to do at each harvest. So we really hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you, ladies, and let's say goodbye. Olivettes, goodbye.